You think you know how to sleep, right? Go to bed, close your eyes, and wake up 8 hours later, refreshed. But what if I told you the solid 8-hour block of sleep is a modern invention, and that for most of human history, nobody slept that way? In our rush to build a 24/7 world, we've been sold some fictions about our biology that are leaving us tired and foggy. It's time we woke up to the truth, pun very much intended. For millennia, our ancestors saw sleep not as downtime, but as an active, sacred process, a cornerstone of good health. Today, we treat it like an inconvenience. But modern science is finally catching up with ancient wisdom, revealing that the habits we think are helping us rest are actually doing the opposite. In this video, we're dismantling the 5 most pervasive myths about sleep. We'll contrast the forgotten knowledge of our ancestors with the cutting-edge science that proves they were right. By the end, you'll have the user manual for rest that is written directly into your DNA. Myth number 1. If you can't sleep, stay in bed until you do. It's the middle of the night, your mind is racing, and the conventional advice is to lie there and force it. This is one of the most counterproductive things you can do. The ancients knew to change your state of mind, you often must change your environment. Consider the 4th century BCE Chinese sage Zhuangzi. He once dreamt he was a butterfly, fluttering happily, completely unaware he was a man, and not a butterfly. When he awoke, he pondered, was he Zhuangzi who dreamt of being a butterfly, or a butterfly now dreaming he was Zhuangzi? His insight teaches us about mental flexibility. If you are stuck in a state of wakefulness in bed, clinging to the idea that you must sleep there, you are like Zhuangzi's butterfly, confused about your true state. Just as he sought clarity by questioning his environment, we too must change our reality by changing our location when sleep evades us. Staying in bed where sleep isn't happening only reinforces the mental loop of frustration. Modern sleep science calls this stimulus control. The principle is simple. If you spend hours tossing and turning, your brain begins to associate your bed with frustration, not rest. Your bedroom transforms from a sanctuary into a battleground. This is why specialists champion the 20-minute rule. If you haven't fallen asleep after 20 minutes, get out of bed. Go to another room, keep the lights low, and do something calming, like reading a physical book, not a screen. Only return to bed when you feel genuinely sleepy. Your bed is for sleeping, not for battling your own brain. Myth number 2. You can get by on 5 hours of sleep. Let's continue with the great lie of our hustle culture, that you can be sharp on just 5 hours of sleep. Our ancestors would have viewed this as self-destruction. Consider Nidra Devi, the Hindu goddess of sleep, whose cosmic rest even lulls Vishnu. Her mythology emphasizes sleep as a profound, divine process, essential for the very balance of the universe. To believe one can simply get by on minimal sleep is to fundamentally disrespect this cosmic imperative for deep, regenerative rest. Modern science concurs. The vast majority of adults require 7 to 9 hours of sleep. The idea you can train yourself to need less is fiction. For nearly everyone, sleeping 5 hours a night isn't adapting. It's accumulating a biological debt. The interest on that debt is a compromised immune system, cognitive decline, and a much higher risk of heart disease and diabetes. Your body never gets used to it. Your performance just quietly degrades until that cognitive fog becomes your new normal. So stop treating sleep as a luxury. It is a non-negotiable biological imperative. Set a consistent sleep schedule and honor your body's rhythm. Myth number 3. Alcohol helps you sleep better. Ah, the nightcap. That glass of wine seems to help you drift off because alcohol is a sedative. But falling asleep is not the same as getting restorative sleep. The ancients were wary of anything that forced an unnatural state, knowing there was a world of difference between gently drifting off and being chemically knocked unconscious. Consider Somnus, the Roman god of sleep, who sprinkles Lethe's waters and poppies in Virgil's Aeneid to grant forgetful, seamless sleep. His gift is a gentle, natural descent into oblivion, a state of tranquil unconsciousness. Alcohol, however, forces a jarring, unnatural unconsciousness. It's a chemical bludgeon compared to Somnus's soothing touch, disrupting the delicate architecture of true rest. To seek sleep through alcohol is to reject Somnus's gentle guidance for a false, disruptive peace. Science shows us precisely why. Alcohol wreaks havoc on your sleep architecture. It suppresses REM sleep in the first half of the night, the very stage you need for emotional regulation and memory consolidation. Then, as your body metabolizes it, a rebound effect occurs, making your sleep light and fragmented. That's why you can sleep for 8 hours after drinking and wake up feeling groggy and irritable. You served the time, but got none of the benefits. So the practical advice here would be to have your last drink at least 3 hours before you plan to turn in. Myth number 4. Snoring is harmless. Of all the myths, this is the one most often played for laughs. But loud, chronic snoring can be a desperate signal from a body that is literally fighting to breathe. Ancient cultures had legends of spirits that sit on a sleeper's chest, stealing their breath, their attempt to describe the collapse of the airway. Indeed, the medieval night hag from Norse folklore was believed to sit on sleepers' chests, causing immobility and a feeling of suffocation. While her legend primarily relates to the chilling grip of sleep paralysis, a problem we deep dive into in a dedicated episode on our channel, we can also draw parallels when discussing sleep apnea. Just as the night hag's oppressive weight makes it feel impossible to breathe or cry out, sleep apnea involves your airway temporarily closing off, leading to moments where your breathing actually stops. Both scenarios involve a terrifying sense of being unable to get air, and both can jolt you awake with a gasp. For ancient cultures, it was a malevolent spirit. For modern science, it's a physical condition with serious health risks. Today, we call this obstructive sleep apnea. Loud snoring is its #1 symptom. The tissues in your throat relax and block your airway, stopping your breathing for seconds at a time. Your brain then jolts you awake just enough to gasp for air. This can happen hundreds of times a night, placing incredible strain on your heart and dramatically increasing your risk of high blood pressure, heart attack, and stroke. The takeaway here is crucial. Please, take snoring seriously. If a partner says you choke or gasp in your sleep, or your snoring is paired with daytime exhaustion, speak to a doctor. It's a treatable condition that could save your life. Myth number 5. Your body gets used to a lack of sleep. This myth is insidious because it feels true. After a few nights of poor sleep, the crushing sleepiness can fade, and you feel like you've adapted. You have not. Your body has simply started to shut down in ways you can no longer feel. This is particularly harmful for our viewers under 30. So caught up in the modern rat race that they're willing to sacrifice their rest. This lifestyle, however, is simply not sustainable. You might think you can get by, but you'll soon find you can't. Ancient cultures saw this not as adaptation, but as a terrifying omen that your life was out of balance. Modern science has proven this fear was well-founded. Think of, oh dear, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Lazolteotl, the Aztec purifier goddess, who absorbs sin and filth, and to whom Aztec devotees confessed before ritual purification. Her role was to cleanse burdens and restore balance. When your body is continuously deprived of sleep, it accumulates a filth of fatigue and compromised function. The feeling of getting used to it is a dangerous illusion, a refusal to undergo the necessary purification that restorative sleep provides. You can't simply adapt to chronic imbalance. It requires active cleansing and restoration. While your subjective feeling of tiredness might level off, your objective performance continues to plummet. Your reaction time slows, your memory falters, and your emotional regulation goes haywire. You haven't gotten used to less sleep. You have simply gotten used to being a less capable, less healthy version of yourself. Let's be clear, these ideas aren't just myths. They are pillars of a modern lifestyle that is profoundly disconnected from our biology. For thousands of years, our ancestors understood that sleep was something to be revered. Science is not discovering something new. It is simply rediscovering an ancient truth we chose to forget. The path to better sleep isn't about a new gadget. It's about returning to a wiser understanding of ourselves and finally listening to what your body has been trying to tell you all along. For a deeper dive into dream-related problems, be sure to explore the Night Terrors No More playlist. What's the single worst piece of sleep advice you've ever received? Drop it in the comments below, and let's continue to debunk these myths together. And if you're ready to wake up to more truths about sleep health, subscribe to Mythic Slumber Scrolls now. It's time to stop sleeping wrong and start living right. Your journey into the mythic depths of slumber has begun. Join me next time as we take a deeper look at déjà vu and what ancient myths have to say about them. Until then, good night and sleep well.